The Louisiana Purchase was a land purchase made by United States President Thomas Jefferson in 1803. He bought the Louisiana Territory from France, which was being led by Napoleon Bonaparte at the time, for 15 million US dollars. First, the men sent to France were allowed to spend up to 10 million US dollars in order to buy New Orleans and, if possible, the west bank of the Mississippi River. But then the French government said that for $5 million more, they would sell all of the Louisiana Territory. Thomas Jefferson approved the deal and used his constitutional power to sign treaties to buy the land. Napoleon Bonaparte sold the land because he needed money for the Great French War. The British had re-entered the war, and France was losing the heightened revolution and could not defend Louisiana. Thomas Jefferson took the French offer as an opportunity to make America larger, even if it meant going against his Republican principles of small government. The purchase added 800,000 square miles and doubled the size of the U.S. This included all of the states of Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, and part of the states Louisiana, Texas, Minnesota, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. It also included a small piece of land that is now Canada. The Louisiana Purchase gave the U.S. control of the Mississippi River and the port of New Orleans, both of which were used by farmers to ship their crops and get paid. It also ensured that France, and probably other European countries, will not try to take the land. France only controlled small bits of the territory, so the new owners still had to take the land from the Native American nations that lived there. In 1821, a man by the name of Moses Austin got permission to lead a group of 300 American families to settle in Texas. When Moses died, he left his son to follow up with the plan. By 1835, 20,000 people from America, Mexico, and Europe had settled in Texas along with 4,000 slaves. The same year, a fight began concerning the way the slaves were treated, and how it went against the Mexican Constitution. In 1836, they made Texas an independent state and named it the Republic of Texas. After the Texans won the Battle of San Jacinto later that year, the fighting stopped. Texas asked to be part of the United States, and the United States government agreed to form the nation. American leaders warned the United States that if it tried to make Texas a state, they would go to war. Almost right after Texas joined the Union, the United States and Mexico went to war about where the border of Texas should be. The Republic of Texas border ended up including the present-day state of Texas, as well as some of New Mexico, Kansas, Colorado, and Wyoming. In 1818, the U.S. and Britain agreed to have joint custody over the Oregon Territory, before being extended to 1827. During the 1830s, America began to favor establishment at 49 degrees north longitude along the northern border, arguing that the nation's manifest destiny required no less. The British wanted to extend their boundary to the Columbia River, as they had a long history with the Hudson's Bay Company. In the 1840s, many more Americans began to move into the Oregon Territory. After the 1844 election, James K. Polk would make a statement that the British territory not be extended. In 1846, the treaty was signed under the rule of Britain and the U.S. Navigation through the Gulf Islands and the Strait of Juan de Fuca was to be ensured for both nations. The United States earned the favorable. The Mexican Cession of 1848 refers to the land ceded or surrendered to the United States by Mexico at the end of the Mexican-American War. The territory became the states of California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. It was agreed to in the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which formally ended the war between Mexico and the United States. The treaty was signed on the 2nd of February, 1848. The cession added 500,000 square miles of territory to the southwestern United States, and also contributed to the United States emerging as a world power in the late 19th century.